Okay, welcome back. So today we have a polynomial functional inequality sent by KVedula, which has finally won the vote after being submitted a large number of times. But you want to find all polynomials p with real coefficients such that I guess this statement is true or something. Yeah. Okay. Why is there a square root of 2? So I guess I should count the degree or something. So the left hand side is like, oh Jesus Christ, degree. That's how homogeneous do I think this is? So this is the part where it's not homogeneous because you feed an input of degree. I guess this as well. Do I get any degree bounds at all? Left hand side is degree n squared. Where the right hand side is degree 2n. Far right hand side is degree 2n. Oh, actually, here's a thought. What if I put in a equals minus b? Oh, actually, okay, let's probably start by doing that. That sounds like a good idea. If I put a equals minus b, then the left hand side is like bad. The left hand side is quite small actually, right? It's like, okay. It grows like 2x to the 4 plus O of x cubed. While... Actually, hang on. Let me make sure I know the leading coefficient is positive. If I put a equals b equals... Okay, yeah, leading coefficient positive. Put a equals b to get leading coefficient positive. Okay, so degree p is at most 2. Hey! Alright, I hope. Did I mess anything up? I think this should be okay, right? Yeah. Leading coefficient is positive because this is degree n squared, this is degree 2n-ish. It's 2n. I'm really worried I'm like missing the negative. Is there a chance that like the degree is... Here. I should write this. If degree p is greater than 2, then the leading coefficient is positive. And then you plug in a equals minus b and everything implodes. So we can conclude degrees p is at most 2, but I don't know if we can conclude right away that degree p is... I agree leading coefficient is not necessarily positive. Yeah. It's if degree p is greater than 2, then the leading coefficient is positive. But now that we're at degree p at most 2, it's moot point anyways. Yeah. Wait, am I a crazy person? No, if a equals minus b... Wait, what? If a equals minus b, though, this is a constant, right? And then this is some constant in front of x squared, and this is like 2x to the 4? Or am I a stupid head? Okay, cool. Yeah, so let me clarify, this is not necessarily... Okay, so, should I just plug in mx squared plus kx plus l or something? I don't want to do that. There's gotta be something better I can do, right? Maybe I should plug in b equals 0 and see what happens. Okay, also, I am not actually using the whiteboard apparently, so let's just go back to this view. P of 0 is at least P of 0 times 2, or sorry, P of a squared? Sorry, P of a is at least P of a squared plus P of 0 is at least P of a squared minus P of 0. So this should tell me something, I'm not sure what. It tells you that P of 0 is non-negative, and P of a is bigger than P of a squared. Should I like do cases on whether the leading coefficient is... Because I feel like this statement should tell me something of the shape like if P is positive leading coefficient, this is a statement that PA needs to grow at least as fast as a squared. If he has positive leading coefficient, then for large inputs A, yeah, this means P, yeah. Or I could just let P... I don't really want to introduce 3 variables, but maybe that's just the right thing to do here. Mx squared plus kx plus l. Oh, Jesus Christ. The other option is I could let A equals like constant like C minus B or something like that and try to get something out of that. Because I basically only used this to get 2x to the 4 as the growth of the left. But actually I feel like if P has negative leading coefficient, these inequalities might just sort of be true. Right, because this term is pretty small, I think? If at least along the curve A equals minus B. Maybe I should actually write down what I get from A equals minus B. I didn't actually write it down other than this thing. So A equals minus B equals X gives something. So P of 0, which we now know is like non-negative, I guess, minus 2x squared. 4x squared p of 0 plus 4x to the 4 is at least p of x squared times 2 is at least p of 2x squared minus p of root 2x. Does that tell you anything? It tells you the leading coefficient of p is at most 2. This one does. Does this one tell me anything? Wait, sorry, this is screwed up. I feel like this should actually tell me something. This thing seems like it's something, right? Because for things with positive leading coefficient, I don't believe this. Let's suppose p of x has leading coefficient cx squared for some c. Let's say positive for now. I'll deal with the c equals 0 later. Then when I compare just the leading terms, those are the ones that dominate. What should I get? I get 2cx to the 4 is greater than... Oh no! Did I get... Okay, so never mind. I was going to say c greater than 0, c not equal to 0. But the point is that if I square this and subtract this, it's exactly this too. So this inequality actually holds for any quadratic... For like any multiple of x squared. So the only constraint is this needs to be true. Asymptotically, that requires the leading coefficient to be at least at most 2. Oh no. I feel like I might just have to expand. Alright, we're expanding! Let's go! Okay, cx squared plus kx plus l, I guess. Oh my god, this is so bad. Holy shoot. Actually, it's this part here that is bad. Maybe this part won't be too bad. Should I just do this part and see what I can get? Let's do just the right half first. So far, all I know is that c is at most 2. Okay, so... Oh, Jesus Christ. CA squared plus BA plus L plus CB squared plus, shoot, KA B plus L is supposed to be greater than C times A squared plus B squared all squared. So A to the 4 plus 2A squared B squared plus B to the 4. Plus K, A squared plus B squared. The L's die, and then I get K, A, B, root 2. And then C, 2, A, okay, so that kills off that term. Shoot, also I screwed up. This is A to the 4 and A squared. Okay, that's those things in there squared. Okay, so the C, A to the 4 dies. And then C, B to the 4 dies. Actually, let me keep this out so that I can rewind if I need to. And then the K, A squared plus B squared also dies. So everything dies. Yeah, everyone dies at the end. Okay. Spoiler alert. And the constraint is 2KL is greater than or equal to minus KAB root 2 for all A and B. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I think this tells you that K should be 0 and L is not negative. Alright, everyone dies at the end. Great. This implies K is equal to 0 and L is not negative. Alright, so we continue the expansion marathon, alright? So, P of A plus B is C of everything squared. C a squared, c a plus b squared plus l minus 2ab times 2 times c a plus b squared plus l minus ab. This is supposed to be greater than or equal to c a squared plus l plus c b squared plus l. So I'm really glad I did the right hand side first, because otherwise this would be a disaster. Sorry, I screwed up. This should say squared plus L. How do you get the c a to the 4 plus b to the 4? Did I screw up? No, I think it's like c times a squared plus b squared all squared here, but then the 2ab gets cancelled out by the corresponding thing here. So there really should be like a plus 2a squared b squared and then like a minus c a squared b squared times 2. Have you go through the unit problem proposals? I am very gradually going through them, by which I mean every so often I open it up and add in like 5 problems from the queue. And since the rate of problems coming in is like about once a week right now, we are on track to eventually add them up. It's a freaking disaster. Okay, so what is this? Oh my lord. I've just got to group C and L, alright? So c squared, a plus b squared, plus c times... No, actually that's not what I want to do. Now I wish I kept my iPad open, because this is really hard to do with the tech. 2c... See, the thing is, there is a c squared here. That's the worst part. The c squared doesn't actually group with the other crap. Then there is a 2lc... Wait, no, that's not a c squared. That's like a c cubed. Are you serious? 2lc squared... a plus b squared plus l squared c. Okay, and then I guess there's like a 2a to the squared b squared here, and then on the other side I got like a 4ab 4c times ab a plus b squared, and then plus a 4ab times L. Something like that. See, it doesn't fit on the page because it's so long. What am I doing? What is this garbage? I'm gonna move this whole minus thing above to the right so that these things line up a little better. I think that way it might fit more stuff. And I'm gonna shrink the font size even more. You know, I probably should have plugged the C thing into here first. No, actually, I already did, right? This just tells you C is at least 2? Does it tell you anything beyond that? Maybe it does. CL plus... Oh, I don't freaking know. I can always plug in B equals 0 here, I guess. Do I want to finish this? Oh my god. So these are the 4th degree terms. So the 4th degree term here has to dominate. This 4th degree term, which actually seems pretty unlikely for a positive C. Because, but actually no, never mind. I take that back. No, 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 no. Epsilon. What if I let like b equals epsilon? So not 0, but like b equals epsilon and a equals like large, like 1 over epsilon. Then this is the dominating term, right? This is the only term that is like... This term is huge, actually. This is what happens. And well, this dies. This is kind of big, but not as big. No. Is that true? I'm lying. But I should be able to get this term to beat this one. This term always beats this by AMGM, and I should be able to make that more pronounced. This is degree 2, so it's just like a pipsqueak. I don't really care about it. What if I like let a equals... Alright, get this right. A equals epsilon over b equals epsilon squared. Epsilon to the minus 2. How about that? So if I do this, you know, actually this is more confusing if I use epsilon. I'm going to use m for m large. So m inverse and then m squared or something. So then this term is degree m to the 4, this term is degree m to the 2, but this term is degree m to the 5. Yeah, there we go. So so this term dominates. ABA plus b squared dominates. You haven't dealt with the degree 2 case, did I not? It's right here, right? Is this wrong? Is there a solution greater than degree 2 that I missed? Okay, moving on. This dominates. Forces c equals 0. Or sorry, c less than or equals 0. Cool. So c... Okay, so c less than or equal to 0. In which case, I'm hoping that if c is non-positive... Well, okay, if c equals 0, then what are we left with? Dies, dies, dies. This is fine. Dies, dies. L has to be 0. If c is non-positive, what happens? So... I guess the question is, can I get a different term to dominate in the other situation? Not really, because this is actually the biggest thing. I could just let c equals minus d and move things over so I can actually see what's going on. It's just a lot of typing. Okay, fine. Okay, so something. There's a lot of floating L's. Can I? Is there no way I can just get L as like equal to 0? I feel like I really should be, but I don't see it. Oh frick. Yeah, it's still too big. So the thing is, this is actually seems pretty... cases. C less than or equal to 0 is not always true. Wait, what did I do wrong? Two, degree 1, degree 2, degree 1. What? Wait, what did I screw up? I screwed b squared. Wait, is this not true? Like if did I do my calculation wrong? Timu ta bash the what? Oh, Timu tai bash the yeah. Okay, I see. I did not recognize the PB. Your expansion of left hand side. Oh, okay, that would do it. Frick. Okay, so that's that. That's that. A plus b to the 4th. Oh, am I just bad at expanding? Wow, that's really sad. C squared. Okay, yep. That should be a 4. I agree that should be a 4. Which now means this thing is the dominant. This thing is stronger than this term, actually. So now, actually, on the contrary, if I use m and do this m thing, then the dominating term is it's m to the 8th here. So wait, what the heck? No, something's wrong. I think these terms are probably wrong too then, right? This is C P of A, but I need, okay. Wow, okay, everything should be degree 4 is what I'm finding out. Yeah, that was stupid. So C cubed is at least C is what we conclude. Okay, when is that true? Meaning C at least 1 or C at most -1. I hope. That is okay. Wait, C cubed, C squared. No. That's not what it means. No. -1 between 0, C between 0. There we go. Which I guess is better than what we had before. Okay. God damn it. If that's true, is the inequality just true outright? Not if L is too large, right? If L is too What controls L? There's like the C and then there's this contrived 2C squared, A plus B squared. What happens right now if I let a equals b equals 0 then? Now that I know. Okay, L squared C is at least L. Which is a statement that can happen, I guess. Okay, actually, maybe I should just figure out first if L equals 0, what's the solution set? Is it actually just C at least 1 or minus 1 between C between 0? I would maybe believe that. Because the left hand side looks like it's a lot bigger. Help. Oh, do I really have to expand this thing again? Alright, let's expand just the things with no L in them, alright. That's homogeneous degree 4, so it's like C cubed minus C plus a cubed b plus ab cubed 4c cubed minus 4c. Oh wow, very convenient. Okay. And then what's the coefficient of a squared b squared? 6c cubed plus 2 minus 8c. I guess that also has c equals. Is that right? I think that's what it is, right? Okay, how does 6c cubed minus 8c plus 2 factor? Blah. So the way I should think about this is that L is like a degree 2 thing. So by taking A and B small, I will also get something that only involves L. Whatever. So 6c cubed minus 8c plus 2 implies that factors as 3 minus 4, 1, and then there's a 2 outside. And then you factor out the c minus 1. So then you get c squared, 3c squared, minus 1, and plus 3c, maybe? Okay, so if c is at least 1, this is non-negative. If c is between minus 1 and 0, then Jesus fuck. What is this? 3c, c plus 1, minus 1, negative, times negative is, oh my god. No! Can you please just be like the same side always so I can be done with this? 3cc minus 1. So if C is like minus 0.1 or 0.1, we're in trouble, right? No, actually. No. 3C, C plus 1. Wait. Yeah, okay, that's not good. Is that really what it is? I almost don't want to believe that. This looks too... I think I factored wrong. I wanted 3, 0, 4... No, that's right. So if C is like 0.99... What happened? No, it can't be that bad. Hang on. 3 times C times... This is 3C, C plus 1 for... Okay, so this can't be positive enough, right? Like, this is at most a quarter for C in that interval. Is the largest... Wait, hang on. Am I a stupid? I'm just a Never mind, this is just negative, right? I don't know what I'm thinking. I keep thinking this is going to flip sign, but this is negative, so this whole thing's negative, times another negative thing, so this whole thing is positive, so we're fine. So the highest, the 4th degree stuff is okay as long as C cubed is at least C. The lowest degree stuff is okay as long as L squared C is at least L. But this is when A and B are equal to like 0, I guess. Try to get L before C. But this thing depends on C. Am I wrong? I didn't misexpand this, right? Wait, actually, how do you get L? Yeah, no. L squared C. There's a C dependence in here. Are you telling me I'm supposed to look at the degree 2 shit? Okay, the degree 2 stuff is greater than 4ABL. It's actually quite simple. It's just this. Okay, so if C is at least 1, then I don't know. There's nothing else to get, right? Like, in order for this inequality to be true... Oh, actually, that might not be correct. So, like, this thing and this thing are sufficient... Or, sorry, are necessary, but not necessarily sufficient. Because you could, in principle, try to mix some degree 4 and degree 2 stuff together. Oh, no. No! No. Okay. I was hoping the middle part would just be non-negative once I constrained L and C so much. Hey, is there anything I'm missing? Okay, like, what if like C is actually exactly 1? What would I want to be true? C is exactly 1, then and L is super negative, you die. Oh, okay. Actually, just in general, wait, no. Is there anything else I have? Wait, I concluded L was non-negative at some point, right? Where did I conclude that? I concluded that here. Okay, that makes my life much easier. All right, okay. So, L at least 1 over C. Max 0 of 1 over C. Oh, I forgot about that. That makes life easier. Okay, so that means this is true. And because of that, something or other, I don't know. Okay, so L is not negative, so I can just cancel it. Okay, so this part is just fine. Is that it? Am I done? The middle part is find out. Because the L cancels off. And... Or, no, hang on. What's the condition you need? For AB, you need C squared at least 1. Okay, so wait, that's not true if C is in the -1 to 0 range. I just won't die. Please make this problem end. Okay, can I use this as my crutch? If C is some slightly negative thing, this will be some nice a squared b squared term that I want to lump in with a leftover L or something. What's the leftover degree? This is the leftover... Jesus Christ. I hope L equals 0. Your A equals minus B equals X part restricts C a lot as well. Really? Doesn't this just tell you C is... This doesn't give you anything beyond C is at most 2, does it? Oh, I guess I didn't actually notice that C is at most 2 here. I said it out loud earlier. Yeah, I keep forgetting the stuff that I had from before. But, okay, so like, C is between 1 and 2, or -1 between... But the C at non-negative case is just okay. Like, all those cases are just like, fine. It's a case where C is like, between -1 and 0, where the middle degree 2 part is okay. Also, you typoed in that line? Crap. Oh, that's a 2. X to the 4th. Okay. So C is at most 1. Okay, so I guess there's only one case where it's positive. And in all the other cases... This is so infuriating. Okay, so in the case where... Okay, what's going on? In the case where L is less than 0, I should cancel it anyways, right? So if L is equal to 0, everything's okay. If L is strictly less than 0, then we hope 2c squared a plus b squared is always less than or equal to 4ab. For no value of c is this true, I think. Because this is never true. Because you can take... Well, actually, this is very obviously not true. the like b equals 0 or something. So... Wait, what else did I screw up? Oh no. 4x squared b0 2x to 4. So do I actually have to deal with this slightly negative L case by like combining the middle term with some upper and lower term? Like the top 4th degree and the bottom 0th degree? Because if I don't see a way out of that actually. If it's really the case that C is allowed to be I think it's minus. Is it plus? Am I crazy? Oh, it is plus! Ah! Right. Alright. Yeah, we're not using that term, so it shouldn't matter. I just don't want to deal with this. This just seems so bad. If L is non-negative... Actually, even if L is non-negative, I'm not totally sure. This isn't true for... So basically, life is just sad, is what I'm getting out of this. The nuclear option is to write it as a quadratic in L, and then... Sorry, not quadratic in... No, what? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go lie on the bed for a while because I'm upset this poem's not done yet. I'll be right back once I am less sad. If anyone has an ad break to redeem, now's a great time. Alright. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. I hate everything. Okay, so I'm gonna just start a new page with all this stuff. So what we have deduced is that we've boiled it down to some inequality that looks vaguely like this. For all A, B, and R. I'm gonna sort these. I'm gonna sort these by the degree so that it's easier for me to tell what the heck's going on. So this is all degree 4. Alright, so this is the degree 4 stuff. And then there's a degree 2 thing, and there's a degree 0 thing. And then on the left, this is the degree 4th part. Plus a degree 2 part, and then a degree 0 part. Okay, and what have we learned so far? We figured out that if we plug in a equals minus b, we get a Christmas miracle and a bunch of crap cancels. You get 2a squared b squared plus l squared c is at least c a to the 4 plus b to the 4. I feel like this is not what I got last time I did this, plus the lower degree stuff. Oh wait, the reason is that a equals minus b, so I should simplify this. A to the 4 times 2c a to the 4 times minus 4a squared times l plus l. Ergo, c certainly at most 1, among possibly other stuff. And then plug in b plus 0, okay. Okay, and then finally look at leading term, get some convoluted thing, which, so look at dominating term, get c cubed at least c. In addition, we showed that if c cubed at least c, in fact the degree 4 part is okay, meaning the part on the left is at least the part on the right. L squared c at least L tells you... Wait, it does? L equals 0 or c equals 1? Alright, also you know L is at least 0. Wait, why? What? So if L is not equal to 0, if L is greater than 0, this implies LC is at least 1. Why does that tell me C is... Am I a stupid head? Wait, what? And if LC is... L squared C... No less than or equal to 1. Did I miss something? Alright, I feel like I missed something. Why does it tell you L equals 0 or C equals 1? The heck? Oh, okay, yeah. So C greater than or equal to 1, or C is positive, and C is at least, C is exactly equal to 1, that's fine. What about the L less than 0 case though? Like, what if C is between -1 and 0? Does something bad happen? What Moses is this? How do you classify a problem like this? I proved L at least 0. I keep forgetting what I've proved. Okay, wait, how did I prove that? It's from this end. I keep forgetting this end tells me L is at least 0 and... Ah, freaking... Okay, Alright, that's it then, right? Either L equals 0 and C can be either 1 or -1 to 0. Or C equals 1. And then, if C equals 1, L can be anything at least 1. The end? L is not anything. Wait, what? L can be anything at least 1, right? Wait, what goes wrong if L is... Yeah, L is anything at least 1, right? If C equals 1, the top part's okay, the middle graded part with degree 2 is okay, and so the only condition is L squared C at least L? Or did I miss something? See, like, is there something in this thing? No, there isn't. I fully expanded this, and this only says L is not negative. I think? I don't know. Oh, does that actually put a constraint on L? Wait, because I just feel like I full expanded both of the inequalities, and the western one looks like this, and the eastern one looks like vacuous. Well, the eastern one's vacuous. Are you telling me this is you're plugging in A equals minus B, right? And this tells you blah blah blah. And C is equal to 1, so these cancel. Oh, wait, is there a degree 2 term here? Frick. How did I not pick that up? Why is USMA 2? Ah, yeah, that problem. I guess it exists. how did I not pick this up? For a square. Oh. Wait. Oh, no. No. No, I don't see what the issue is. If like P of... Because this is a plus, right? We agreed this is a plus and not a minus sign. So it should be fine. As long as L is non-negative, right? Why do we have C and L? Well, I had a leading coefficient called C, and then I decided I didn't want to do D and E, so I used K and L. So we ended up with CKL, and then K is what became equal to 0, so... I have to go. See you, Magical Toaster. Thank you for sticking around for this, experience. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, next week. I think this one's just long. Because we got it down to like degree at most 2, like pretty quickly, and then I was just like, Alright, let's write this up. Bruh, how did the MR people not catch this? What's the problem number I should put into my database for this, or should I just put... Oof. It's okay. There's been a lot of worse stuff that's happened. Actually, as long as we're talking about this, here is an embarrassing story about me. Alright, so once upon a time I was writing this paper, and this paper was a paper in algebraic geometry. And if you know anything about me in algebraic geometry, it's that we don't get along. But for unknown reasons, I was writing this paper that involved like very serious algebraic geometry in it. Like, no, not for our site. It was for the Duluth RU. The Joe Gallion, who's the guy that runs the RU, later told me that he probably wouldn't have assigned the problem if he had known that there was that much AG involved. Because I was quoting some like, I don't know, what's his name? I forget what his name was. I was quoting some very modern arithmetic geometry, is the TLDR, and I was looking at this and I was like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. But I eventually wrote something that, as far as I could tell, was correct, whereby I could tell means I couldn't find a mistake even though I had no idea what I was doing. So then I submitted the paper, and the reviewer did not get back to me for a very long time. And the editors eventually were like, okay, we're sorry, we don't know what happened, but the referee never got back, so we're going to find you a different referee, don't worry about it. Do I understand your paper now? No. In fact, I don't know if I understand many of my papers now. Like, if I look at a random paper I wrote, I probably don't remember how it goes. There's some that I remember the idea very clearly, because it was like, happened to be a clean idea. But most of my papers are not like one clean idea. They're like some very messy real life thing. Anyways, oh yeah, so what happened? The referee was like, so the second referee read the paper and was like, okay, yeah, this paper basically looks fine. Here's like 4 or 5 mistakes. I think this paper is probably like fine to publish in this journal. Recommend for publication. And I was like, okay, I guess I didn't screw up too badly. So then I sent the revisions in, and then the editor wrote back to me saying, okay, by the way, now between now and then, the original referee has now gotten back to you, and we'll still publish the paper, but here's the report from the first referee that's like, pretty late. And this this report contained like, it was like 9 or 10 pages long of just like mistake after mistake after mistake. It's just like, in the nicest way possible, it was basically saying, you have no idea what you were doing, here's all the stuff that you screwed up. Because they were very nice about it, and because of that I was able to fix all the mistakes. And when I sent it back, the referee was like, this paper is much improved now, I think most of the mistakes are gone. But it was just like this giant thing. It was like, oh my god, I really had no clue what I was doing. No, they were nice about it. They were just like, this paper has a lot of mistakes. This mistake right here might be serious, I'm not sure. The other mistakes seem like they're not that serious and can probably be fixed. So it wasn't like the paper was completely dead. It was just the paper was riddled with errors because I had no idea what I was doing. So yeah, that's my story of peer review. Because the first the either first or second, depending on how you number them, said the paper was totally fine. And then the second the referee that eventually got back to me told me the paper was very much not fine. Yeah. It was actually very nice of them to do that, because it means they spent a lot of time fixing all the mistakes and figuring out what I was trying to say. And then telling me that the mistakes were not that bad. Right? Like, the mean thing you can do is to either say, I recommend not publishing this paper because this author is obviously, like, high, or to just not spend a lot of time proofreading it, and then later on, someone else finds the mistake and the author is very embarrassed because it's in a published journal. So that was like the nicest thing they could have done, was to actually check the paper and then point out all the errors before it got published in a major journal. Can you describe your feelings about this problem in 5 words? Why are you like this? Have I written a math paper while high? No. Also, I've never been high. I've somehow gone through all of college. I've never even touched like alcohol. Like the 2 times I had alcohol are once when I was 18 and I was in South Africa, and I tried a bit of red wine and was like, this stuff tastes disgusting. Why did I drink this? And the second time I was in Romania, and I was given a drink that was called like something water. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll drink some water. And then was very unpleasantly surprised to learn that it was not water. But it was like this tiny cup, so it was fine. They were like giving out samples. No, I was not drunk during the IMO. I also drank so little of the red wine, I didn't get drunk either. I took a sip and I was just like, why do people drink this? This doesn't even taste good. Okay, so yeah, I never really went to a college party, which maybe I should have, I don't know. But honestly, I don't know, I'm not a party person. Okay. Okay, so then what did I do? I don't remember at this point. So claim the x coefficient of p is 0 and p of 0 is at least 0. So mass cancellation boils this down to 2L greater than minus KAB square root 2. That's the px equals x squared plus. Will you put this in grinding, please? I can't put it in grinding, but I'm gonna make it worth like 2 because I'm sad. But sure. Okay, so put I don't get the k equals 1 case. Well, it is a pretty hard problem. Congruent polygons share the longest side. That might help you. So I don't actually need this bit. A equals B equals 0. I should move this down here, really. Let A equals B equals minus x, which means C is less than or equal to 1. Let A equals B equals 0 to get L squared C at least L. Where did I get L is at least 0 from? Maybe I do need the Eastern inequality. No, I don't. I have it here. L equals 0 and... Sorry, L at least 0 and K equals 0. I'll see at least 1. So C is minus 1, 0, cup 1. We make some deductions. Hence, we obtain that either C in minus 1, 0 and L equals 0 or C equals 1 and L at least 1. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother writing the check that this works because this is too obnoxious. Which gives the answer set. One can manually check this works by plugging it in and dashing some more. Details left to board reader. We did it on stream. I'm not writing it up again. Jesus Christ. That took like 2 hours. What's the MR number for this? Like, what's the problem number in MR? Just cite it as, okay, that works too. Okay, never mind. They're getting it. Expand cases or an answer. This is definitely grinding material. I don't know if I even have the wind in me to try another problem now that I've spent the last 2 hours expanding this thing. The thing is, this kind of problem is I won't say the hardest, but it's not easy to do on stream because you don't get to see that much of the screen at once. Like, I'd be trying to solve this problem with like 1 sheet of paper, maybe 2. Is IMO 1996-5 easy? It didn't get any votes though, also, right? Did it? Alright, thanks. U552. That would be my cue to finish homework. You can do it! You have 1 hour and 19 minutes if you're on the East Coast. Why are essays a thing? I don't know. Wait, okay. On that topic, do you guys want to hear a thing that I've been thinking about? I was thinking, let's suppose I like manage to kidnap like, I don't know, on the order of like 20 seniors and run a high school with them, like just for them. And that means because they're seniors and they're already applying to college, the parents don't care anymore, like that they're taking, I don't know, whatever random classes that people think are important for college. What classes would I run? What would you do for history? Hang on. I don't know. Okay, so, 12th grade homeschool. Okay, I'm definitely not getting any more math done today because now I'm just doing random crap. Yeah. So okay, let me get the math out of the way. Abstract and linear algebra. Real and complex analysis. Done. The humanities ones is the interesting one. I want to say like So I think I would definitely like teach linguistics and language composition or construction. Ling, how do you spell linguistics? Language composition. What else? Oh, good point. Let's be symmetric. What else? Music. Music theory and comp is probably pretty good. I guess we can have a technical writing if people want to write actual nonfiction. And then world building if you want to build light fiction. I think this is easy. I think world building is probably like more accessible than fiction writing. I wouldn't know. I get the impression that fiction writing is really hard to get into because you have no idea what you're doing. Financial literacy makes sense. Yeah, that's a good one. Finlit. Let's do puzzle design. I think that's also good. I think writing puzzles teaches you a lot of empathy. Okay, we can. Okay, also comp programming because Yusuko takes seniors. So comp means competitive here. Install Arch Linux. What else? Well, I'm just making stuff up on the spot. Let's do some Django. I think Django is good for the world. Django, dev. Yeah, to be clear, this is not one student's curriculum. This would be like if I had 20 people, this would be the set of classes I would offer, and then people can take whatever they feel like. Why is Arch Linux so popular? There's a few reasons. I think it's for the people that like its philosophy, Arch Linux does it the best. I don't think most people would agree with the philosophy of Arch Linux, but the people who do, Arch does it well. It doesn't hold your hand. It lets you have total control. You pick every component that you install. You don't go with like pre-installed components. You have a lot of control. The package management system is pretty good. It's very minimal, so it runs very quickly. Yeah. I would say like control, minimalism, and increasingly strong community of people. Like the volunteers who run Arch Linux are actually very dedicated. They get a bad rap for being like people will call it elitist sometimes because if you go up to them and ask them a question, sometimes they'll just tell you do your homework yourself. Like you should be able to find it yourself. But the work they do, like if you're not the person that will ask them that kind of question, the work they do is very, very good. Okay, what else? We need like PE, right? So K-pop dance, obviously. Archery, ballroom? I don't know if I could like actually get a pistol instructor, sadly. That sounds like it requires a lot of equipment. Actually, even archery might be a bit of a stretch. Anything else I should add? Bowling. Bowling would be pretty fun. And not too expensive. Yeah, you could pull off bowling. Okay, what else could I do? So actually, let me categorize these. So this is the math section, which is very sparse because I think math sucks, and this is humanities-ish. Some people will argue these are not humanities, to which I say, okay, don't come. I don't know what this is. Econ? Whatever. This is comp. This is PE. This is programming. I should say programming. Frisbee's good. I think Frisbee. I'm trying to think like what things are not too expensive and would be like what people actually want to do. Because I think if you like open a class that no one wants to take and force people to take it, some people think this is good. I have always had more cynical about it. I've like, I don't know. At the very least, I don't have the energy to fight it. Like, I don't know how to make someone who's not interested in math interested in math. There are people who are good at this. I'm not one of them. I'm just like, if you don't want to learn, get out of my classroom so I can teach other people. Some of physics. I guess we could have some. See, the problem is I'm I haven't said math sucks. I'm just joking around. Physics would be good if I knew how to teach it. Well, okay, admittedly I don't know how to teach half these things, but I at least have like a little bit of experience. Whereas for physics, I feel like I actually just know nothing at all. Okay, I don't know anything about bowling either. I just like throw the ball down the alley and hope that it hits the pins, which it usually doesn't. Alright, well, okay. If people think there should be physics, we'll say math, sci, physics of some sort. Yeah, but then someone else needs to either teach it or teach me how to teach it, because I don't know how you do that. Okay, anything else I should add? CS is under the programming section. Chem and Bio. Okay. Yeah, it does seem kind of glaring that like physics, chem, bio are all not really here. So maybe what that means is I should have a new section that says sci, and then I guess biochem physics, but I don't. The problem is I know so little about these subjects, so I don't even know like where I would start if I was trying to teach these. I don't know. Because I feel like the sentiment is part of the things I was thinking about when I was generating this list just now is like, what things would people want to learn are unlikely to have been taught at their school, and for which like they might not have an easy time just learning by themselves. It's like things want to learn, not taught already, and like hard to self-teach-ish. The third criteria is a little dubious. Like, you could probably teach yourself abstract and linear algebra. It's not that hard. But I think something like music composition is definitely like, I don't know. I think it's like nice to imagine you can just like write down notes, but I think in practice you probably want feedback from someone who like has a clue what they are doing. So like not me. Running track cross country. Do I want to do a track? This stuff is, yeah. Okay, great. Thank you for your input. I will take this into account if I ever open a school, which will not happen in the foreseeable future. Sorry. So much fucking work. I thought about it for like 10 minutes, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. So much work. But then I kept thinking about it, because I was like, man, what if you could just make a school where like the classes don't suck? Wouldn't that be something? BTC classes, no. Oh, I was actually thinking that like in the Hanabi and StarCraft classes, like your grade in the Hanabi class should be like the number of points you score on like a certain set of seeds at the end of the year, and the StarCraft grade is like the league that you managed to reach at the end of the year. My StarCraft class is just like get to Masters. I'm saying this as someone in plat. I'm not even in diamond yet. But I have definitely actually, like at the MIT StarCraft Club, I did hear someone actually say the same thing that I was thinking, which is that getting to the Masters League in StarCraft seems like about one semester's worth of work for an MIT class. And I was like, yeah, I'm not the only one who's felt that way. Yeah. Well, that requires StarCraft to stay alive long enough for the school to open, though. Diamond in StarCraft. Your bowling score should just be like, you know, the number of pin, like your actual bowling score at the end of a bowling session. Yeah. But see, the grades don't matter anymore because the college application passed already. Who looks at your high school grades other than colleges? Like, seriously. I've been looking at the chat waiting to see if the art of puzzle hunting. I actually lumped that under puzzle design. So puzzle design would probably be like puzzle solving and composition. I don't think you can design a puzzle without having some puzzle hunt experience anyways. Are there some standardized tests? I mean, Hanabi is a standardized test. I pick some seeds that aren't too cancerous and make sure that you can get 25 on them. I don't know if archery has... Or archery does have a scoring function. K-pop dance probably doesn't have a great one. I've heard ballroom actually has competitions. Like there are things called ballroom competitions. So I don't know how they're scored, but those exist apparently. Things you learn. Isn't Hanabi multiplayer? Yeah, that's fine. It just means that you have to work well with your team. It's a class about trusting your team, you know? Because here's the thing, okay? I was saying this the other day when I was explaining Hanabi. When people first learn the hyphenated conventions that I play with, what they think is that, oh wow, you can just win the game. And they think that Hanabi is about like setting up a good conventions framework, which is true for the first while that you are learning. For your first 100-ish games, the most important thing is just learning what the convention set is, so that you know you have the same set of standard techniques as everyone else. And then starting around 150 games, there's a passage in the conventions document that basically says the following, which is now that you know the rules fairly well, you can break them whenever you need to. And now it's not a game about knowing the conventions. Now it's a game about trusting your team. It's a game about picking what path you want to go down. When you make a move, it's like picking a line. And so a lot like chess, you start having to think like 5 turns, 10 turns ahead. If I do this, what will my teammates think? What is going to happen as a result? So, you know, you get to do this stuff where like, if I do this, then Bob will think so-and-so, and then Carol will think that Bob thinks that Alice thinks so-and-so. You know, it can get very complicated. But also it's about like a thing where you can just break the rules and say, and trust that your teammates can look at it and say, oh, you know, even though the conventions say that this clue means to play card 1, if that was true, this clue makes no sense because the team should have given this clue way earlier. So I'm going to ignore the meaning of the clue and play the other card instead. So not only do you have to break the rules, you have to trust your teams to also be able to look at the game and say, know what you mean. So lots of judgment calls like this, in addition to the conventions. It's a lot like learning math, really. Like when you're learning contest math, when you're first starting, the first thing that matters is just like, you should learn all the standard theorems, right? Like if you don't know Ptolemy's theorem, go learn it. If you don't know what the principle of inclusion-exclusion is, go learn it, etc., etc. And then at some point you learn all the fundamentals, and then you realize there isn't anything else like this to memorize, and you have to start actually like solving problems. And then it's not a matter of how many theorems you know anymore. It's like, how good are your instincts? How good are you at picking which class of approach to focus on? How good are you at noticing when something seems out of place? So, yeah, I think you learn, the learning process of Hanabi, I noticed, is just particularly good for picking this kind of thing up. Because between like your 30th game and your 60th game, you'll find that you're thinking about the game in a very different way, just within 30 games. It's a very marked change, and it's also a very rapid change. You improve pretty quickly in your first couple hundred games. Yeah, that problem is really nice. Yeah, the Calvin Hobbes problem. Do you think that you know a result when you know trivial problems or when you know basic problems using it? So that's ultimately a definition question. It means like, what does it mean to know a result? But for me, it's always been when I can apply the result to a problem without having known in advance that it was a problem of that it applied. Like the first time I felt like I understood harmonic bundles was when I was sitting on a bus on a vacation somewhere, and I was thinking about JMO 2011-5 because I don't know why. I was just thinking it back to like some test I'd done in the past. And then I noticed for the first time, like, wait, this just dies to a harmonic bundle. And that's when I felt like, okay, I think I know what this is about now. Even though that's like the most cherry-picked example because it's like literally one line. But yeah, it's always that feeling when I get to apply a technique for the first time without knowing that without having been told that I was supposed to apply it. Alright, did I bore everyone off? Yeah, first day of Hanabi class is Trust Fall. Actually, no, I don't think I would do that. I think I would make fun of Trust Fall because Hanabi is way worse. Like, see, in Trust Fall, no one is actually gonna let you fall, because if they let you fall, everyone looks at them being like, what the fuck are you doing? But in Hanabi, people let you fall all the time because they're not paying attention and they screwed up. It's not like they purposely screwed it up, but, you know, they'll actually mess up. Whereas Trust Fall is easy. All you have to do is stick out your hands. No one's gonna screw that up. Evan curses on stream. I curse whenever I want to. I decided that it's just my persona, alright? I think everything is terrible, so therefore I will curse repeatedly for no reason. Yeah. Do you like Sudokus? Not particularly. I mean, I think they're okay, but I don't know. I feel like I kind of lost. Once I started doing puzzle hunts, I got less excited about puzzles that you can plug into a puzzle solver. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely better when they add more rules, but I don't know. After I started doing puzzle hunts, everything just feels way less interesting by comparison. I don't like crosswords. I don't even like crosswords in puzzle hunts. But I'll do them anyways sometimes. And I hate cryptics. I'm sorry.
I don't know what y'all think, but
Cryptic crosswords. Oh, they're so bad. I never feel happy when I get one. I just get the answer and I'm just like, Cryptics, Jesus Christ. What is this? What is this stream or what is going on now? Let me see. Okay, you've been here before. Yeah, so, well, I guess for any new viewers, normally I'm supposed to be solving math problems, but we just finished a problem and then I got sidetracked and started talking about random stuff. So, the question I asked the chat was if I could kidnap like 20 mathy kids and run a homeschool for them senior year, what would I teach instead of the boring stuff that they learn in school? And this is what we came up with. Oh, as the curriculum. So apparently, if I ever open a high school, this is what the 12th graders get to learn. What is the least favorite problem you have done on stream? Oh my god. I don't know. I have to think about that. So you're kidnapping math kids nowadays? No, not yet. This is all just idle chat, you know? I was like, if, alright? The word if is very important. Not yet. Dunk. Yeah, I like string theory. That's about... I think I would believe more in string theory than me opening a school. I thought about it for like 10 minutes and I was just like, I don't want to deal with this. This is so much work if I wanted to do it. I don't care how much I'm getting paid. This is way too much work. You have to like move teenagers to like a venue and then make sure they like, I don't know, don't like jump off a cliff or something. You already have a school called Otis. That's not a physical school though. Because if I did this, this is not an online school, right? No, like... Well, actually, I guess it could be an online school. Well, actually, how do I feel about making this an online school? I don't know. I feel like this just worked much better in person. Haven't you run an in-person school called MOP? Activity in school camp where we literally jumped off a cliff. Oh no. So the thing about MOP is that my title at MOP is Assistant Academic Director. And before anyone asks, there is no Academic Director and there's no Assistant Director. But there is an Assistant Academic Director and that's me. And my job is to basically do all the academics, whereas someone else's job is to actually book the venue and deal with stuff like health insurance and like transporting small children from the airport to a dorm, and you know, things of that shape. And I don't touch that stuff because, one, like, it's not fun. I don't think anyone likes filing insurance. And two, I am really good at screwing things up. I don't know if you've noticed. Like, my error rate with a lot... If you leave me completely in charge of something, my error rate with it will actually be, like, fairly high now. I don't know if it was always this high, but just look at my code, for example, and it's just, like... the number of commits that say I am a monkey or whatever. So who are you assisting? I don't know. I think... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not... I guess I'm assisting the director. How is grad school? Not great. I mean, it's what you expect. I need to learn math, but I am spending time doing random other things that are not math, so I haven't been learning much math. I need to schedule my qualifying exams. I have like 3 weeks, maybe, to figure out how to idealize a classical modular form. I don't remember how that works, though. Also, I need to learn Lie groups and algebras. I feel like this shouldn't be that hard, but for some reason it's taking forever. The automorphic forms was supposed to be the hard part, but apparently I just don't know anything about Lie algebras either. Twitch streamer qualifying exam. I have actually thought about asking my professors if they would be okay with me live streaming the quals. I don't think they would be, though, is the problem. So, I don't know. Should I still ask? I think it would be actually pretty fun to watch, because it means you get to watch me, like, walk around in front of a chalkboard and say some words that I don't know the definitions of, and like pray. I don't know. I'm worried that like my professors will think I'm like making a mockery of the exam by asking to live stream it. So if I think they're gonna say no, I probably shouldn't ask. So it's just a question of how likely do I think they're gonna say no. The problem is there's three examiners, not one. So it's not like I can ask one and hope that they're cool with it. I have to hope that all three of them are cool with it. Oh no. Idealize a modular form. I guess that means I better read this section of the book. I can barely wrap my head around Tate's thesis, Jesus. Tate's thesis is like when you idealize the Dirichlet character, so you are working with GL of 1 of the Adele ring, and everything's commutative and magic happens. And then starting from GL2 is when I have really no idea what's going on anymore. Am I trying to reprove Longlands? No. Also, isn't the Longlands conjecture open? I thought Longlands conjecture was open. Oh. That might be... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to learn the math right now. I think basically I decided I didn't want to do combo anymore. Because I was just like... I could do a combo PhD, but like, I don't know. I feel like I just am like... I want to do number theory. And if I do combo, it's just like hopping out because I'm like too weak to learn the number theory. So now I'm learning what an automorphic form is. Are you trying to prove Longlands? If I prove Longlands, that would be good. I mean, I guess that's sort of the eventual goal, is to make progress towards the Longlands program. However, let's be real. I don't think I'm good enough. That looks like Japanese, but I don't know what it says. Why not be strong and learn algebraic geometry? I think I've like tried 4 or 5 times to learn algebraic geometry, and every time I've tried to learn it, I was just like, please, never again. So I gave up. Vakil's book makes me want to like throw Vakil's book out a window. And that's Vakil's book. Hartshorn is even worse. I don't know. I printed out a lot of the chapters of Akil back when I was young and naive and thought I could learn algebraic geometry. So I have like this binder that's just like lots of Akil in it, and now it's sitting on a bookshelf because I decided never again. Although honestly, I'm probably going to have to learn it at some point. Okay, like if I want to keep doing number theory. But are we going to do another math problem? Do I want to do another math problem? Okay, I guess I've been just chatting for a while. Let's see what the chat wants next. We're probably only going to do one of math and sponsored games. What's a sponsored game? So I just keep receiving these emails that say like, here is a Steam key for a game if you want to review our game on your stream. And I'm like, wow, I get free games. That's great. So yeah, I just get free additions to my Steam library every month, apparently. But I'm actually behind on the sponsored games. I think I need to just like schedule a weekend where I just like stream video games to catch up. Maybe after a quals. If I pass my quals, I will celebrate by spending an entire weekend streaming video games. How about that? Ah! Wow, I pressed finish just as the poll tied up. Oh no. No! A little too slow there. Alright, now what do I do? Okay, I want to play some sponsored games so I can catch up on them because I am actually behind. Okay. Alright, decision here. Do I want to play a real-time strategy or do I want to play a platformer?